dreams come true and jackpots are won. Dive into a world of delightful experiences and daring action. From the moment you step through the doors, have the time of your life. Feel the energy, soak in the excitement, and let the good times roll. Blast is more than just a place to play. It's where friends socialize, cocktails flow, and a safe space for those who dream big and dare to have fun while doing it. Blast Gaming. Know your limits, play within it. You must be 18 and over.
Ready to kickstart your morning the right way? The return of MTV's Rise and Shine morning show will help you do just that. Rise and Shine Grenada is coming back with a touch of fusion. Stay tuned for more.
Meet Wade. Wade washes his car once a week. He uses his hose because he thinks it takes less time than using a bucket. Wade uses a considerable amount of water in the 30 minutes he takes to wash his car. He has no idea how much water he uses or how much it costs.
I do a wash down every week. It's important to keep your wheels looking nice. As they say, cleanliness is next to godliness. Seriously, I'm a busy man, so I prefer to use a hose. Everything is right where you need it. And in 30 minutes, I'm done. As you know, time is money.
Wade's free-flowing hose uses approximately 10 gallons of water a minute. Wow. Yes, that's 300 gallons in 30 minutes. Meet Wendy. Wendy uses a bucket and a hose to wash her car. She uses her bucket to soap and her hose to rinse. She thinks it takes her a little longer to wash her car that way, but she's absolutely sure that she saves on her water bill.
Our car gets washed every week, and we do it at home. Either the boys do it or I do it. Sometimes we do it together. Either way, we have a formula. A quick spray to wet the whole thing down. A bucket to wash the body first, then tires. Having a clean car is nice, but water is essential. We do not waste it.
Wendy's use of a controlled hose with a bucket takes approximately 115 gallons of water in the same 30 minutes. Meet William. Wet or dry season. William uses 3 buckets of water to wash his car, also once a week. It takes him exactly 30 minutes to complete the task, and he is sure of his monthly savings on his water bill.
We'll always look for ways to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Washing the car using buckets is something I have always done because I know water is hard to get. Water is so precious. No way am I going to waste it on washing a car. Around here, the challenge for water usage is how low can you go?
He consistently uses 3 buckets of water, which is only 15 gallons of water to get the job done. Are you Wade? Are you Wendy? Are you William? Do good for the planet while doing right by your budget. Save water, save money. This awareness initiative is part of activities under the Climate Resilient Water sector in Grenada. The project is funded by the Green Climate Fund, the German government, and the government of Grenada.
This is the MTV Evening News for Wednesday, the 12th of June. The news headlines are in association with Quartz Grenada Limited. Coming up in the news this evening, Belmont resident found not guilty of non-capital murder. Nowasa relaxes valve regulations amidst improvement in water supply. Former opposition leader questions motive of Attorney General. And in sport, Powell fancies Windy's chances to defeat New Zealand. We'll have the details to those and other stories. A look to, of course, at the public forecast information. It'll all be right after the break, right here on MTV. Stay with us.
The first segment of the MTV Evening News comes to your compliments Nexa Credit Union. With you wherever your road leads.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Good evening, I'm Tony Julian with the details. After spending 5 years and 7 months on remand for non-capital murder, Rahim Kelshal breathed a sigh of relief as a not guilty verdict was handed down on Wednesday.
Rahim Kelshal was found not guilty of non-capital murder by a 12-member jury at the No. 2 High Court before Justice Sean Innocent on Wednesday. Kelshal was charged with the shooting death of St. George's businessman Garfield Matthew in 2018 and served over 5 years on remand at His Majesty's prison. He was represented by attorney Jerry Edwin.
The Crown presented evidence that Mr. Kelshal committed a robbery, and while fleeing from that robbery, he then shot Garfield Matthew, alias Cut Up. The jury did not believe that.
Although he was found not guilty of non-capital murder, Kelshal also has a charge of robbery with violence related to the same case. He was therefore remanded to prison on Wednesday, and Edwin says he will be seeking bail on the outstanding charge.
However, there is another indictment. Mr. Kelshal is also charged for robbery with violence in the case of the robbery which occurred in this case under the same circumstances, but they could not be tried together. Our criminal procedure code does not allow that. Once it's murder, capital or non-capital, that trial has to exist by itself. We're confident, let me say, that should the robbery with violence charge be brought before another jury, we're confident that they will look at the evidence as well and determine that Rahim Kelshal is not guilty of that offense. But our system is a fair one, and the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution will make that determination in their good time when they think it is apt to bring that charge against Mr. Kelshal.
For MTV News, Kayla Flavany.
In a noteworthy turn of events, Grenada's sole water supplier, Nawassa, has announced a substantial rise in water levels following recent rainfall in the aftermath of an intense dry season. While this does prompt the relaxation of certain measures, water restrictions do remain in effect, as we now hear.
With Grenada now over a week into the rainy season, which brought some increased precipitation following a prolonged dry spell, the National Water and Sewerage Authority, or NAWASA, is reporting improvements in their water supply, resulting in relaxed valve regulations and reduced water truck distribution to affected communities. According to a press release from the entity, they have witnessed improvements in water production and distribution from water treatment plants across various parishes, including the south, which was hardest hit by drought-like conditions. In an exclusive interview with MTV News on Wednesday, the general manager at NAWASA, Terence Smith, revealed that with the recent rainfall, the Annandale water treatment plant is now at 80% capacity. However, he cautions that the water restrictions remain in effect as they continue to observe this upward trend.
We began seeing a significant improvement in the supply from the key water treatment plants, or the key water treatment plant that could be used like as a proxy for our supply on mainland Grenada is the Annandale water treatment plant. Annandale has a design capacity of the order of 2.3 million gallons per day. At the peak of the drought, Annandale was at 0.9 million gallons per day, right? So it's more than a 50% drop in production. Yeah. So we issued a press release on Monday when we realized that this situation was improving significantly, but still not sufficient for us to remove the restrictions. Yeah.
There has been some improvement at other dams, and given the current trajectory, they have opted to cease pumping at Grandetang Lake so it can return to normal levels.
Most of the other water treatment plants that serve Southern St. Andrew and St. David Parish and St. George are approaching their design capacity. So several of the dams are now overflowing. Before they were several feet, below the spillway. The Grandetang Lake, which it's well known, we've used that as a raw water source to augment the raw water supply to the Annandale treatment plant, right? We have stopped pumping from the Grandetang Lake as of Monday morning. Yeah, so we're not. So the lake is building back up. The lake level is probably at about 2 foot odd now, over 2 feet. It's probably going to take about a week and a half or two to come right back up to the traditional rainy season level. So this gives the general picture.
This latest increase in water supply has also prompted the entity to relax valve regulations across the country using a phased approach.
As a result of the reduction in the shortfall in supply, right? So we no longer as acutely short of water to distribute to customers. The supply situation has improved significantly. So we've begun to relax the valve regulation operation, the schedules and so forth. And we've significantly cut back on the truck-borne deliveries, only to really acutely challenge areas, some of the higher elevations and customers at the end of the distribution network.
According to the release, the water restrictions will remain in effect until NAWASA is satisfied that water production has returned to design capacity, urging consumers to continue water conservation practices. For MTV News, Troy Gill.
Former opposition leader Tobias Clement is questioning the motive behind the issuance of a pre-action protocol letter from the Office of the Attorney General to a former government senator who's been at the center of a cell phone scandal for over 4 years. Clement characterized the recent move as a personal vendetta, a calculated attempt to muzzle a known political activist.
I would not advise Sheldon to go and pay any money without counsel's advice. I mean, I think Claudia Joseph was very forward and pompous. What she had moved there? I mean, with just sending a letter to, she think that is a personal client or something that she's dealing with. If Sheldon Scott had just go into the sunset without saying a word, this would not have raised its ugly head today. But again, you live and you learn. And if that is retribution, then we just, are we now beginning to go down a slippery slope? It means therefore, and I'm saying that without apology, that each and every one of us that are in government, if we have not yet done so, we must tread carefully, because if now every other government comes now and retribution have to follow, some of us might take a jail.
Former opposition leader Tobias Clement told MTV News that former government senator Sheldon Scott should immediately seek legal advice after being ordered by the Office of the Attorney General to repay over 100,000 EC dollars for a then government-issued cell phone bill. While Attorney General Claudia Joseph says the latest move is in the interest of the government and the people of Grenada, Clement believes the fact that Scott was given only 90 days to repay such a large sum is a personal attack.
They might want to teach Sheldon Scott a lesson, but I think it is deeper than that though. I think it's, maybe I should not say it, but honestly, I do believe it's a vendetta against Mr. Sheldon Scott for what reason or the other. Maybe because he talks a lot and maybe he has critics that some people not agreeing with. Both of them blunder. I think what they should do now is come to an amicable conclusion as how it should settle. In terms of dragging Sheldon Scott through the mud, they might have to pay for that too, because I don't think he was wrong.
Scott was served a pre-action protocol letter on Sunday, giving him 90 days to repay EC $156,937.62 into the Treasury of Grenada with due notice to the Office of the Attorney General. The charges were racked up from July 2016 to July 2019 after Scott demitted office as Parliamentary Secretary within the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Ecclesiastic Affairs, a position he held from March 2013 to June 2016.
What is the big hoopla about? Government accustomed blundering and blundering in terms of contracts, in terms of cases, in terms of millions upon millions of dollars that spent. Poor little Sheldon Scott now, that they want to hook with what? $160,000 as to say what? He gonna take a jail if he did not pay it back? Much ado about nothing. I think we have other more important things to study in this country than government blunders or Sheldon Scott blunders.
Clement believes Scott and the previous government became complacent with the cell phone scandal and the situation could have been easily avoided.
In terms of the cell phone issuing, if I am a company and I give a worker a cell phone to use with service and I get rid of the worker, isn't it my duty to terminate that service? And I would say so for those who are in there now, because the stick that you measure with today is the same stick that you will be measured with tomorrow. But again, the point with Sheldon Scott, I said to him, get good counsel and let's see where it goes from there.
Scott is ordered to pay the sum in unauthorized charges unlawfully incurred in the amount of EC $115,393.32 with the interest totaling $41,544.30, bringing the total amount owed to EC $156,937.62. In addition to the civil case, Senator Claudette Joseph, during a press conference on Tuesday, disclosed that the Financial Intelligence Unit conducted an investigation and the findings have been sent to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions to determine whether criminal charges will be brought against Sheldon Scott. Reporting for MTV News, I am Akila Aberdeen.
Carnival Queen contestant Miss Carriacou and Petit Martinique Sachel Alves has been visiting various institutions in an attempt to raise awareness and advocate for an end to violence against women and girls as part of her Beauty with a Purpose campaign. We have the details in this report.
As part of her Beauty with a Purpose campaign, Miss Carriacou and Petit Martinique, Sachel Alves, continues to visit schools, communities and churches in a bid to break the silence and end violence against women and girls. Alves shared with MTV News on Wednesday that her campaign was born from the hurt caused by the abuse and death of 14-year-old Esther Patterson. She says witnessing such violence on the Sister Isle moved her to make a difference.
My Beauty with a Purpose initiative aims to raise awareness and take action against violence towards women and girls. The inspiration for this campaign came from witnessing the pervasive and devastating impact of gender-based violence in our country. So I wanted to use my platform to bring attention to this critical issue and empower individuals to speak out and take action against it.
Through these efforts, she has engaged with students, community members, and faith-based organizations to foster a deeper understanding and commitment to ending gender-based violence.
So during the school visits, I would have discussions with the kids. During our community outreach, we would have conversations and just bring awareness to this initiative in our communities. The church-based, we address the issue from a faith-based perspective, promoting support within our community. These discussions and my interactions with them, it will reinforce the need for continued efforts to show that, there are people here to support you. There are people who understand. There are people willing to go the extra mile to help victims or, persons who may have the potential to be a victim thrive or, speak out, so forth.
According to Alves, the feedback has been overwhelmingly positive, and she appreciates that women on the Sister Isles are open to the discussions, as it is usually an issue that is swept under the mat.
You see, one of the key things about this initiative is bringing awareness to the issue. This is normally a problem that is swept under the mat. People don't really want to have they shy away from conversations when it comes to ending violence against women and girls. So I think that shedding a light on this initiative, it would, help in ending violence against women and girls. People would be empowered to speak up about it. If you see something, say something, this type of stuff.
As part of her campaign, Carriacou and Petit Martinique's Carnival Queen representative, Sachel Alves, has started a GoFundMe on her Facebook page, which aims to assist victims of gender-based violence. Reporting for MTV News, I am Akila Aberdeen.
That's the first segment of the Evening News Wednesday. We'll be back with you after the break.
The first segment of the MTV Evening News came to you in association with Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Use a pan to wash and rinse your dishes. Save water.
This awareness initiative is part of activities under the Climate Resilient Water sector in Grenada. The project is funded by the Green Climate Fund, the German government, and the government of Grenada.
When a loved one passes on, we all need the comfort, support, and guidance of a trusted friend. You can rely on LaCour Brothers Funeral Home. We provide a personalized professional service that exceeds all expectations. Our dedicated staff responds to your every need with the greatest detail, ensuring affordability with a variety of options. Our upgraded state-of-the-art facilities, spacious air-conditioned chapel with live internet streaming, a modern, environmentally safe crematorium, the only of its kind on island, private viewing spaces, large on-site repast center, a modern transportation fleet. Join our burial society today and make personalized arrangements for that final moment as you prepare to enter your loved one into eternal rest. Visit or call LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and select a package that brings added comfort to the entire family. LaCour Brothers Funeral Home and Burial Society, continuing a tradition of excellence.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Spend $50 or more at any Hubbard's department or participating outlets for a chance to win free fuel, free drinks, free prizes, free property and vehicle insurance, free Hub TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free Dutch Lady milk, free passes to Sunshine promotion events for 2024, free groceries, all for one whole year. And every winner receives a free lunch package. But that's not all. Drive away in style in a brand new Isuzu D-Max. It sips, it doesn't guzzle. So fill out your entries and place them into the marked entry boxes. This promotion is brought to you in part by Dutch Lady, Danny, Promo, Supreme Bleach, Creative Chef, Grenlac, Floor, Salt Petroleum, Grenadian General Insurance Company Limited, Coca-Cola, Sunshine Promotion, Caribberies, Guap Bag, Sesame Spain, and Food Fear. Promotion runs from April 2nd to December 24. Terms and conditions apply.
Blast Gaming is where dreams come true and jackpots are won. Dive into a world of delightful experiences and daring action. From the moment you step through the doors, have the time of your life, feel the energy, soak in the excitement, and let the good times roll. Blast is more than just a place to play. It's where friends socialize, cocktails flow, and a safe space for those who dream big and dare to have fun while doing it. Blast Gaming. Know your limit, play within it. You must be 18 and over.
The second segment of MTV News is brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Ride in style with an easy ride loan from Ariza. Enjoy the comfort and convenience of your own vehicle for work or play. You've got places to go, and we're gonna help you get there. Easy. That's why on June 22nd, we're hosting our Easy Ride Auto Show at Ariza's Car Park, Bruce Street. Speak to our professional loan officers, car dealers, and insurance brokers in one convenient location. Learn about our special offers on electric and fuel-efficient used and new vehicles. This is your opportunity to secure your Easy Ride loan and drive away in style.
Welcome back. The first Calypso tent of the 2024 Carnival season is gearing up toward launching this weekend. Offering a fusion of fresh faces and seasoned talent, the event also serves as a special Father's Day treat for Calypso lovers, as we hear in this report.
The Kaisobards tent has set the stage for an early Father's Day celebration with its season opener, promising a vibrant blend of young and seasoned talent in homage to fathers across Grenada this weekend. According to leader and renowned Calypsonian Finley Scholar Jeffrey, the Kaisobards tent is primed to kick off the season with flair, whilst recognizing the significance of fathers in society.
Calypsobards, which is a tent that has the greatest degree of longevity. We have been there 30 odd years and counting. And this year we are leading the charge. As you know, Carnival is coming and we will be opening our doors to the public on Friday, the 14th of June. We are moving very, very early this year. And we dub it an early Father's Day treat because, you know, usually everything and the focus is on mothers and nothing for the fathers. So we are saying, fathers, you are getting a treat this year. So the Luke Cinema in Grenville, which is basically the home of the tent, will be opening the Bards tent to the public 8 p.m.
This year, the lineup promises a diverse array of performers, showcasing both emerging and established talent, which will offer patrons a unique and diverse entertainment experience.
Well, this year we have the return of squeezing competition. After a very long time out in the wilderness, Squeezy is returning. So this is really, really great news. And then you have the usual suspects, myself, Big J, Prince, Teacher Eddie, Cox, who is there always. And then you have the usual people like Leakey and Pecos and Ras Pablo, who is making a comeback. We have the ladies power like Shanda and Monique. But interestingly, this year, Bards always prides itself really on bringing new people into the fore. Last year we saw the emergence of IMG, and he went from nothing, no name, straight into the finals. And this year is no exception. We have about 4 new artists who will be making their debut.
Jeffrey emphasized the enduring legacy of the tent, underscoring its role as a cultural cornerstone in Grenada. As the curtains rise on the Kaisobards tent, anticipation mounts for stellar performances from over 20 local artists gracing the stage this weekend. For MTV News, Troy Gill.
As part of activities leading up to Elder Abuse Awareness Day, senior citizens in the South received crucial information as to how to safeguard themselves from cyberbullying and other forms of abuse. We hear more in this report.
The Ministry of Social Development hosted an Elder Persons Forum at the Trade Center Annex on Tuesday as part of activities in commemoration of World Elder Abuse Awareness Day, celebrated on June 15th. World Elder Abuse Awareness Day is observed annually by the United Nations and other organizations across the globe to raise awareness on the abuse of elder persons. Supervisor at the desk of the elderly, Lydia Thomas, highlighted the day's activities, which included a presentation on cyberbullying by cybersecurity expert Jarvis Dabrio and medical doctor Francis Martin on healthy aging.
We wanted them to know something about how to protect themselves, cyberbullying, and of course, healthy aging. Because we have some forms of abuse that is also not really seen. Persons look at physical abuse and verbal abuse. They look at physical and verbal as of abuses, but we don't see the psychological, the neglect, and self-neglect. And because of lack of information, a lot of our older persons go into self-neglect, and also they are exposed to abuse.
The ministry is also gearing up to host its annual Elder Abuse Awareness March, scheduled to be held in Crown City, St. Patrick this year.
On Thursday, we also have the Sensitization March, where we are bringing it to St. Patrick's this year. So we have some of the schools joining us in St. Patrick's, on the streets of St. Patrick's, from the Anglican school down to the bus terminal, where we will be speaking out against elderly abuse, and we have a short ceremony there.
Thomas disclosed that included in their drive will be a heavy focus on caregivers who provide support to the elderly as part of efforts to enhance their understanding of their role in curbing elder abuse.
Because we realize that abuse takes place in the home, in the workplace, between families, close relatives, caregivers. And a lot of times some persons don't know that they're abusing the older person. Yeah, sometimes of course they know it's abuse, but there are types of abuse like psychological abuse, as I said, neglect, and some of what we are facing today in Grenada, we've seen a lot of financial abuse on older persons. So we want to at least bring the caregivers to be aware of some of the abuses that they may fringe upon older persons and how they can abstain from doing so.
She encourages the public to play their role in curbing the abuse of elder persons and to report any incidences of abuse to the authorities. For MTV News, Troy Gill.
It's the Evening News Wednesday, and for this evening's Health Wise, we're speaking with nutritionists attached to the Grenada Food and Nutrition Council, Akeem Williams, as to the importance of aligning oneself with like-minded individuals who can help us remain committed to our nutrition goals and also, therefore, remain on the path to a healthier you.
One of the things we see persons, persons who tend to do better when it comes to health and fitness or wellness in general, is persons who are around people with shared goals and ideals and vision. I am a big advocate for groups and community groups. It doesn't have to be something that's very formal, but I am an advocate for persons forming themselves into groups and bouncing ideas off of each other. We see in schools, kids do well or young people do well because they have that in the community. Even in medicine, which is a very taxing profession, or health professions, we see that working together in groups. When you go to the hospital and you see the doctors, you see them on rounds together. You don't see one single doctor just going and do what they do. Most times they're on rounds. And because they're bouncing different ideas of each other in that collective group, we see that success is possible. So the very first thing is, if we go at things alone, we will struggle. So you can't go at it alone, because when you follow the wagon, who holds you accountable? Who says, come back, let's go back and target? It's community, that's who we live as human beings. So that's the very first thing. Successful behavior change starts with people having the same ideas and being in a group. If you're the only person, unless your why is so strong, then it's going to be challenging. Outside of the group, the foundation of the group must be the why. Everybody in the group is going to maybe have a similar ideal. We want to be healthy together. You go to a gym, persons have gym memberships, you're around people who have the same ideas. Exactly. I remember in the COVID pandemic, and I remember doing this when I was doing one of my degrees, I was in marketing, and they were talking about, I don't know if you heard of the Peloton bike. So Peloton bike, it's a bike where it's a, how do you call those bike in the gym where they would do spin on?
Spin, yeah.
So it's like a spin bike, they had treadmills and so, but on the bike itself there was a big television screen, like a tablet or a computer interface. You would log into it, and then when you're there, there's an instructor who might be doing it live in front of you, and then you had persons in the comment section who are from different parts of the world who are also doing it live. And so when you come on, you will either see whether how fast the person cycling. If you're doing faster than them, you would see it coming up, and it created a community.
That's the second segment of the evening news. Stay with us for more. The second segment of MTV News was brought to you in association with Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
Ride in style with an easy ride loan from Ariza. Enjoy the comfort and convenience of your own vehicle for work or play. You've got places to go, and we're gonna help you get there. Easy. That's why on June 22nd, we're hosting our Easy Ride Auto Show at Ariza's Car Park, Bruce Street. Speak to our professional loan officers, car dealers, and insurance brokers in one convenient location. Learn about our special offers on electric and fuel-efficient used and new vehicles. This is your opportunity to secure your Easy Ride loan and drive away in style.
If you don't add multi-X to your Playway bets, then you're definitely missing out on bigger winnings. The NLA has added 7X to the multi-X draws. Imagine playing your favorite Playway number or symbol for $10 with multi-X added. Then, wow! 7X is drawn. You win bigger. Not just $240, but $240 multiplied by 7. Whoa! That's $1,680. 7X added for a limited time only. Add multi-X to your Playway bets every day, 3 times per day, Monday to Saturday, for chances to win bigger. Not only free plays or winnings multiplied by 3 or 5, but winnings multiplied by 7 too. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, make your dreams come true.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Avoid leaks at home. Save water.
This awareness initiative is part of activities under the Climate Resilient Water sector in Grenada. The project is funded by the Green Climate Fund, the German government, and the government of Grenada.
Spend $50 or more at any Hubbard's department or participating outlets for a chance to win free fuel, free drinks, free prizes, free property and vehicular insurance, free Hub TV and internet, free electricity, free coke, free water, free cooking gas, free paint supplies, free Dutch Lady milk, free passes to Sunshine promotion events for 2024, free groceries, all for 1 whole year. And every winner receives a free lunch package. But that's not all. Drive away in style in a brand new Isuzu D-Max. It sips, it doesn't guzzle. So fill out your entries and place them into the marked entry boxes. This promotion is brought to you in part by Dutch Lady, Danny, Promo, Supreme Bleach, Creative Chef, Grenlac, Floor, Salt Petroleum, Grenadian General Insurance Company Limited, Coca-Cola, Sunshine Promotion, Caribouries, Coop Bag, Sesame Spain, and Food Fear. Promotion runs from April 2nd to December 24. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back, as we now join Clifton James for this evening's Regional Roundup.
With the Regional Roundup, I am Clifton James.
Over in Jamaica, police have recovered 6 goats suspected of being stolen on Wednesday morning in Williamsfield, Manchester. According to police sources, at around 1:30 a.m, a Toyota Yaris motor car was intercepted on the Williamsfield main road. The 6 goats were found in the trunk of the vehicle. Upon the approach of police, a man reportedly ran off from the vehicle. The car, registered to a rental company in Kingston, has been seized. On Monday, the head of the Manchester Police, Deputy Superintendent Kerry Duncan, said that the police have been making progress in combating predial larceny. In Jamaica, there are times when we know when someone is going to strike, and that we know this on the basis of analysis that we do, he said. He mentioned a recent conviction following a confrontation with the police in the Mile Gully area where cattle were stolen last month. Over in Cottage, Mile Gully, people just came and decided that they wanted to cut a cow in half and flash out the calf and just put it in a vehicle and drive off because they brought a cow to Manchester. They didn't, he said. The Royal Bahamas Defence Force intercepted a vessel carrying 66 irregular migrants on the evening of June the 9th, as reported in a media release by the Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force, RTCIPF. According to the Royal Turks and Caicos Police Force, the detained group, consisting of 55 males and 11 females, was intercepted in TCI waters and handed over to the TCI Immigration Task Force for processing. Before this, on June the 8th, the Marine branch of the TCI-PF intercepted a blue and white fiberglass boat carrying 32 irregular migrants. The vessel was sighted 27 miles east of South Caicos and found to be transporting 26 males and 6 females. The irregular migrants were subsequently handed over to immigration for processing. These successful interdictions were made possible following information obtained from a US Customs and Border Force aircraft, the police stated in a media release. Russian warships conducted drills in the Atlantic, the military said Tuesday, as they were heading to visit Cuba, part of Moscow's efforts to project power amid the tensions with the West over Ukraine. The Russian Defense Ministry said the Admiral Gorshkov frigate and the Kazan nuclear-powered submarine conducted the exercise that was intended to simulate a missile strike on a group of enemy ships. The ministry said the drills involved computer simulations of an attack on sea targets more than 600 kilometers over 320 nautical miles away. Admiral Gorshkov is armed with new Zircon hypersonic missiles. The weapon has been designed to arm Russian cruisers, frigates and submarines and could be used against both enemy ships and ground targets. Russian President Vladimir Putin has touted Zircon as a potential weapon capable of penetrating any existing anti-missile defences by flying 9 times faster than the speed of sound at a range of more than 1,000 kilometres, over 620 miles. Admiral Gorshkov and the Kazan are accompanied by 2 support vessels on their visit to Havana, which Cuban officials said reflected historically friendly relations between Russia and Cuba. The Cuban Foreign Ministry said that the Russian warships will be in Havana between Wednesday and June the 17th, noting that none will carry nuclear weapons and assuring their presence does not represent a threat to the region. You're up to date with the Regional Roundup. I am Clifton James.
It's the MTV Evening News Wednesday. We'll be back with you after the break.
What
if you had a choice of joining a line or a choice of making your purchases online? What would you choose? While you ponder on that, the National Lotteries Authority has provided another purchasing option. All their games are now available online. Yes, Grenadians, from wherever you are, purchase your favorite daily and jackpot type games using any electronic device. Register on the NLA's website at www.nla.gd. Top up your account and enjoy online lottery gaming at your convenience. We're taking shopping comfort up, several notches. But the choice is yours. Join a line or buy online. NLA, make your dreams come true.
At Quartz Optical, 2 are better than 1. Be always ready for the occasions with a second pair of eyewear. Find your fit with a pair. Get 50% off on all men's frames and sunglasses, plus 30% off all other purchases. Ray-Ban, Armani, Converse, Vogue, and much more. Get that frame today. Shop with no cash and pay later. Plus, you can book your eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
The laundry, always do a full load. Save water.
This awareness initiative is part of activities under the Climate Resilient Water sector in Grenada. The project is funded by the Green Climate Fund, the German government, and the government of Grenada.
Ever wondered what the day is like for a preschooler in a high-quality preschool program? After warm greetings and assembling for songs and stories, your child engages in small group and planned review time. Here is all about exploration and growth via stimulating materials and engaging activities that they choose themselves. Your child gets to interact with their peers and teachers, building their vocabulary and communication skills. Plus, they make friends, sharpen critical thinking, and become ace problem solvers. And of course, there's outdoor fun during outside time. Through exciting recreational activities, your child develops physically, socially, and emotionally. So rest assured, your child is on a joyful learning adventure every day, where they actively participate, explore, and connect with their world, building a foundation for lifelong learning and holistic development.
Powell fancies Windy's chances to defeat New Zealand. That highlight and more coming up in our sporting segment.
The MTV Evening Sports is brought to you in association with Courts, bringing value home.
Nice to see you again. Hey people, this is Ezra the Fun Machine and I'm calling all revelers, carnivalists and bacchanalists. Let me tell you, take a loan of $3,000 or more for your costume and pay only $340 per month with God's ready cash. Plus, you get to enter to win your loan back. That's right! Pay $0 down and nothing for the first 30 days. All you need is your ID, proof of address, job letter, pay slip, and 2 references. Visit your nearest God's already cash location today or contact your Carnival band for more details. Experience Carnival 2024 with God's ready cash. We are ready when you are. Conditions apply.
Special evening to you now, sporting fans. Here are your highlights.
Good evening, sporting fans. 3 of Grenada's referees officiated at the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers match between Guyana and Belize, which was played in Barbados on Tuesday. The 3 referees are Rian Radix, referee, assistant referees Clinton Daniel and Kessie Phillip. The match was played in Barbados due to the unavailability of facilities in Guyana. West Indies enjoyed somewhat of a stormy start to the ICC Men's T20 World Cup campaign, but it's safe to say those victories over Papua New Guinea and Uganda were always expected. Though a bit shaky in a 5-wicket win over Papua New Guinea, in their Group C opener, West Indies backed that victory with a convincing 134 run beating the newcomers Uganda. However, the Caribbean side will be hopeful of a better second half to the group stages as they now have New Zealand to contend with and Afghanistan to follow. With 4 points already to their credit and New Zealand yet to get on board, the Darren Sammy coached West Indies is targeting another win, which would guarantee them a spot in the Super 8 and eliminate the Black Caps. A record crowd is anticipated for the encounter, scheduled to be played on the lights at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Trinidad and Tobago on Wednesday. Chris Gayle, the T20 cricket sensation and former West Indies star, has been named captain of the West Indies champions for the upcoming World Championship of Legends 2024. This thrilling competition, set to begin on July 3rd in Birmingham, UK, promises to be a memorable event for cricket fans around the globe. Gayle is an ambassador for the ongoing ICC T20 World Cup being staged in the West Indies and the USA. The chairman of Channel 2, Group Cooperation, has taken ownership of the West Indies Champions franchise, bringing a new level of excitement and anticipation to the league. Joining Gayle on the team are cricket greats Dwayne Smith, Samuel Baddery and Darren Sammy, making the West Indies Champions a formidable force in the tournament. Gayle expressed his excitement about leading the team, saying, quote, "I look forward to rejoining my family in our quest to win the cup," unquote. Adam Zampa hit a milestone as Australia reached the Super 8s of the T20 World Cup with a resounding 9-wicket thrashing of Namibia. Leg spinner Zampa took 4-12 to reach a century of wickets in the shortest format, as Namibia were bowled out for just 72 in 17 overs in Antigua. Australia needed just 34 balls to surpass that total, with Travis Head's unbeaten 34 from 17 deliveries, propelling them to a comprehensive win. David Warner, 20, was the only Australian to lose his wicket, with captain Mitchell Marsh, 18 not out, hitting the winning runs. Australia is now top of Group B, ahead of facing surprise package Scotland on Sunday. Tuesday's other match between Sri Lanka and Nepal was called off due to rain without a ball having been bowled. The abandonment of that match in Florida means that Sri Lanka's hope of qualifying for the next round are all but over. Sri Lanka are bottom of Group D with just one match left to play against the Netherlands on Monday. That's all in this evening's sports. I am Akila Aberdeen.
And with the latest sporting highlights there, we still have ahead, of course, the public forecast information, then a recap of the main stories when we return.
The MTV Evening Sports was brought to you in association with Quartz, bringing value home.
MTV Weather Report comes to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Each of us has a role in Grenada's successful recovery. Our future is promising. We are strong. Together, we are Grenada.
It is the middle of the week, and with the Wednesday night's weather forecast, I'm meteorologist Wayne Williams. Good evening to you viewers. Partly cloudy conditions, but mostly upper level clouds dominated the weather throughout the Eastern Caribbean today, and this was more prevalent over the southern half of the island chain. Those upper level clouds not rain bearing, of course, but we did have one or two very brief sprinkles in some of the rain prone areas. The haze continues to approach the islands. It is going to intensify over the next couple of days, and we are looking at two tropical waves. The first is moving westward as they usually do towards the islands, could be into the region with some cloudiness over the weekend. The second one, not too long off the African coast, that one has a bit of activity with it, but still far off. Up level winds are being monitored to see how they could affect that system. One or two few patches of those clouds would continue to affect the island, so look for partly cloudy conditions during the night time. Again, most of the clouds will be upper level. The forecast for Wednesday night, partly cloudy conditions. We do anticipate a few stray showers. However, winds easterly between 5 and 15 miles per hour. Minimum temperature of around 24, with a 50 to 60% chance of the rain occurring. The moon is going to set later. It's up right now 11:41 p.m. It's going to rise tomorrow in the morning at 11:47. Fair and hazy conditions are expected to prevail on Thursday. We would have a bit of upper level clouds still. Some of that moisture is coming in from over South America. Winds remain easterly, however, 10 to 24 miles per hour. Moderate seas, 4 to 6 with waves in open waters. Sunrise is 5:42. Sunset 6:32, high of 31. It's going to feel a bit warmer. Will feel like 38, and UV index will be moderate. Isolated showers would continue in Port of Spain with generally fair conditions in both Bridgetown and Kingston. Both Port of Spain and Bridgetown will also experience hazy conditions. Miami is in for thunderstorms, lots of sunshine in New York, and cloudy in London. With approaching wave, there is a medium chance that we could get some showers on Friday, at a higher chance, a greater chance that those showers would affect us over the weekend. They would not be island-wide, or not expected to be island-wide, but would interrupt generally fair conditions. Otherwise, there still is that chance that some of those showers could continue into Monday. After that, from latter part of Monday through to the remainder of the next week, we expect generally fair skies. That is it for me for Wednesday night, folks. Have yourself a great night. Join me again on Thursday.
MTV Weather Report was brought to you in association with Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
And now to end the news, a recap of the headlines. A Belmont resident has been found not guilty of non-capital murder. NOWASA has relaxed valve regulations amidst improvement in water supply. Former opposition leader is questioning the motive of Attorney General. And in sport, Powell is fancying the Windies' chances of defeating New Zealand. We've had details to those and other stories to look to at the public forecast information. So now, on behalf of the news and production departments, I'm Tony Julian. We thank you for viewing and wish you a good night.